It's not a coincidence, friends, that when we look around, what we see in this hyper accelerated world that we are living in, when we have mechanisms that replicate the human mind, but accelerate this mind to a limit, what we see is the acceleration of the processes of self-imprisoning. So we are accelerating the shadow. We are accelerating ego and egocentricity. And as a consequence, we have chaos everywhere. We are not talking about isolated phenomena in the world. It's a global phenomenon, and we are all part of it. So when we reach that limit, the limit of that egocentric consciousness, the limit of that shadow of our egocentricity, there is the possibility of a crisis. Certainly, we are going through a global crisis, but it is extremely important that each one of us react to it in a positive way. What can be positive in that crisis? That's a fair question to ask. Huh? The positive reaction that the light of lights, that the universal intelligence of the Logos waits from each one of us, is to wake up, is to realize the delusion, the absolute lack of meaning in this egocentric pursuit, and to, using the image of the desert again, to really go through a turnaround, to really, turn from the shadow to the light in us, to respond to this impulse of the spirit that as a piece of burning wood is touching the core of our soul, of our hearts, and trying to awaken us. So it's a matter of responding to that principle, because if we do, and if others do, we may ignite a different movement in the world. We may ignite a counter current to this super strong river of egocentricity. We may ignite a true spiritual awakening in the world. And for all those that have been awakened by this call of the Spirit is calling us all the time, calling us to wake up to that reality. For all those that have been awakened by the Spirit, then through this turnaround in the desert of their lives, they can start going a different path. They can walk a different path, a path of self-initiation. And what is that path of self-initiation? We'll try to conclude using the symbol of the spiritual school to very briefly try to define it, or at least to give you an image of that, so that we can further explore that and other aspects in the second part of this presentation. So just to finish, if you look at the point in the center, that is a representation of the spirit spark, of the real being, the divine being in us. That is the spirit. It's not an external entity. It's a reality in you, in your heart, right now. And that reality is burning like a flame in your heart. And that reality is what transformed you into a seeker of the truth, a seeker of yourself, a seeker of answers. So the initiation path begins with that touch. It begins when the egocentric life ends, when we reach the limit of the nonsense of ego, and then the spirit awakens us. Based upon that awakening, based upon that call, we can transform the triangle of our consciousness